All right. What is up, motherfuckers? The Worm here, and it is actually rather late in the evening. But I just saw this tweet from Treyarch Studios, and they put out the zombie teaser for everybody to see. Now, with the zombie teaser up, they put some fucker with his hand kind of flaking off skin. And he's got a mask on. Well, it's either he's taking the mask off or he's putting it on. But his Illuminati-esque eye is peering over the mask, and you got all this like symbolism right around his eye, and you got symbolism on the left hand of the page, and on the bottom it says "Mankind's reckoning will be its salvation." That's their teaser poster. Later on, in May 17th, they're gonna show us the whole teaser, or they're gonna go into detail, so to speak, of the zombie stuff. But just from this picture, now I'm not a zombies fan when it comes to the Treyarch Call of Duty franchise at all. I can't stand the mode because it's PvE. I don't play the campaigns. That's why everybody's so fucking butthurt that this game supposedly doesn't have a campaign. I couldn't care less about that. This just goes more into that thought of that way of thinking with the zombies, because it's nothing really happens that's unexpected. Like, there's a couple little things that they change up per game, but you know what to do, and that to me isn't fun at all. Like, that's I used to play World of Warcraft, and I used to raid and all that shit, and then it got so redundant because you follow the cookie cutter recipe. 1 week it's something else, and 1 week it's this, but like once you got the week down, you're good. And that's why I only play PvP. Whereas the PvE is the Care Bear Fest. But on zombies, a lot of people do love that shit, but they've already done the Nazi zombies so much. Everybody's so fucking saturated, and in this day and age, if they bring Nazi zombies in, they're probably gonna hear it from the extreme left. The extreme left, not the extreme. That's not even an extreme. The D is silent, and you can't even mention the D because they'll get pissed. Anyway, so they're changing it up because they realize their formula is kind of dead now, no pun intended, because it's fucking zombies. But this looks to me like it's not even zombies. Excuse me. This more looks like leprosy than fucking anything. This reminds me of the movie Kingdom of Heaven, where Edward Norton played the prince, or the king rather, of Jerusalem, and he had leprosy like a motherfucker. And because these zombies don't look like they're the mindless fucking Nazi zombies of the game's past. He looks intelligent. He's clearly putting a fucking mask on, or he's taking a mask off, so he's covering up his face. He's got a hood. So to me, this looks like it's not these mindless fucking Hollywood-esque creatures. These are they look pretty intelligent, so to speak, but they look like they have leprosy. But mankind's reckoning will be its salvation. So it leads me to believe, especially with the symbolism and all that included, looks maybe Atlantean, or people like, oh, alien shit. I don't think it's got anything to do with fucking aliens. It's either Jerusalem stuff, but it's all code, all the stuff on the left. So what I'm assuming is this is kind of a placeholder image, but this is like a lot of people saying it's a secret language that they have. It looks hieroglyphic like, so it could be Egyptian zombies, but it could be the plagues, so to speak. This doesn't have to be like, when people think zombies, they think reanimated from the dead. Sure, but this could be the plagues of Europe in like the Mosera or whatnot. During the Exodus and all the plagues that befell all those people. That would actually be a cool zombie game, because you see all the people are condemning everything, and all the old gods from Egypt and all that would be involved. But then you got two sides. You got the god of Abraham over on your side, and then you got all these fucking cat-like gods, and then throw water and they can't do shit. But like, it would be very interesting, to say the least, to see something like that change up, and then mankind's reckoning will be its salvation, so to speak. Like, them showing, because zombies didn't give a fuck, they would just eat you. But if these are those Egyptian, so to speak, gods, that mankind's reckoning will be its salvation. Even that sentence right there means that, like, they'll bring the true way about, and it just leads more of a, and it actually piques an interest in me even somebody who didn't play any of these fucking zombie games, because like I said, the zombie games really didn't, building walls and refortifying your little fucking house. I remember the first zombie game I ever played, I didn't even bother with the first one, but Call of Duty World at War, I was banging this high school teacher, she was a preschool teacher. She was like 8 years older than me, but her younger brother was playing the game, and I walked in, and he was like mowing down these zombies with this little ray gun, and I was thinking like, bitch, I mow noobs down with my fucking machine pistol, and you're sitting here shooting fucking zombies. It just never interested me, you know? So, aside from the zombie part of Black Ops 4, what we could assume, the couple things that they said they're going to bring back are the pick 10, which they let you, the pick 10 perk for multiplayer is when they let you pick 10 attributes you want. You can have one weapon with like 3 different add-ons on it, and then you get 2 perks, a trip mine, all that. I think the pick 10 was the best system that they ever brought to a Call of Duty game, and that's what they did with Black Ops 2, and that's why Black Ops 2 is so fucking badass, because you could customize it the complete way you wanted. So the pick 10 is there, and then there's a couple other things, like they're probably going to bring a Battle Royale in, which, okay, I'm cool with the Battle Royale, fuck that shit up, but then Vonderhaar decides to tweet, he says, and I quote, "I used to see everything in absolute terms. Black or white, 0 or 1. What happens next will show you what I have learned that you do not yet know. Lights out." So, to dissect this, he's saying he's thinking outside the box. Okay, black or white. First of all, black worm, motherfucker, and I am a white boy. 0 or 1. Where's there 2? And then he says lights out. That's black, motherfucker. You should have said, dim the lights or something. That's the gray area between lights on and lights off. Anyway, Vonderhaar is trying to make this big old stinking shit. And like, you know what? I'm not the biggest Vonderhaar fanboy, but if he pulls this off, I'll be surprised because, like I said, I had high hopes, and then I fluctuate between my thoughts of this game coming out, But it definitely is going to be released earlier because Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out, and they clearly thought that Red Dead Redemption 2 was going to cut in on their sales, so they're releasing it a month early, which is fine. I mean, they had 3 years to make the cocksucker. They should at least give us something pretty decent, So it is, Vonderhaar, which a lot of people, like I said, will bash him as soon as the game comes out, and then they'll praise him as soon as the game is out, after a year when the shittier game comes out. I'm not saying Vonderhaar always makes a failed product. He just makes a less shitty product than the other guys. If somebody says, "Oh, I'm gonna take a piss in your mouth and then I'm gonna shit down your throat," and then the next guy comes along and is like, I'm gonna pee in your mouth a little bit, you're gonna be like, "Well, that guy's really nice. You just piss him out." So that's pretty much what it is. Like, the first-person shooter game has pretty much been boiled down to what Call of Duty is coming out that year. Whereas it used to be kind of, changed up. They didn't need all this zombie bullshit selling game. It was a cool perk. Like, you didn't expect a zombie game to come out with Black Ops or Black Ops. It was World at War that brought it, and people loved it. So, but now it's expected to come out. So like I said, I never fell for the whole zombies thing, but I know a lot of people who do, and maybe you'll see me play this one. Maybe if it really piqued my interest, maybe this would be the first time I ever really got into the zombies. I just hate playing those scary fucking pop out at you games, but that, like I said, these ones, you know what to expect, so it's not really that fucking terrifying. But that being said, we're supposed to find out what is coming out for the 17th, so keep your eyes and ears open. Like I said, this is a ghoulish-like creature. I'm assuming it's Jerusalem-based or Egypt-based, one of the two. Probably Egypt because of the cyber hieroglyphics, whatever the fuck you want to call them. But I'm assuming it's probably around the time the plagues hit Egypt. And it looks that way because they wore those masks like the engineers from Prometheus or Alien. But at the same time, they did really wear those because, those of you who don't know, Prometheus didn't really happen. But during the time of Kingdom of Heaven, starring Orlando Bloom. If you guys haven't seen that movie, check that shit out. It's fucking dope. But that shit really did happen, and there really was a king who was stricken with leprosy. And he was actually a very just king, but he got his fucking ass kicked by the disease. And that's what these guys look like they have. These don't look like zombies. They look like they have leprosy. Anyway, It's been the Worm, son. Wow, it's just hit 10 minutes. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. I will see you soon. Peaces.